Your first option is Kicks 2X in the Proving Grounds. Anticipates the inbound pass, but no one saw this pass coming. Slaps the ball over the shoulder from nearly half court. That ball had some zip, and the defender gets zapped at the rim. Two-way bliss, creating this assist. Well done!
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's an edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. And it's Collier in at point. And for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randall out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the 5. Clark, here we have it in front of us. A lot of young players on display in this game tonight.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. And I tell you what, they are a bit in the caterpillar stage right now. In other words, you think there's something beautiful about to explode and blossom. So these two teams worthy of keeping an eye on going forward.
Few guys read the game like Collins.
Here's Collier. Sexton on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Great Colin Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
And he can't get the first one. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Minnesota with the ball. About a minute played so far here in the first. Rebounded by the Jazz. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody. And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call them.
He hangs, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Now, how did he manage to change his shot midair?
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Edwards looking it over. And Edwards with the stop.
We all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Over to the wing. Collins, that's a two-pointer. And that one hits back iron.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Randall gets to Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Clock at 6. And And the layup's good off the glass.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Sexton on the wing. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Here's Collier, covered by Conley, off with the layup.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
At the line for Minnesota, Mike Conley.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
It's tipped. Pass to Sexton. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Edwards, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Here's Collier, up and in on the layup. Collier's got his second bucket of the night.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Special K, the playoffs are not far away. What kind of discussions are going on right now in those locker rooms?
Kevin, at this point in time, it's all about focus and intensity. You understand who you are and what needs to be done. It's now a matter of preparing yourself in your mind and body to go out and do that. You've worked for it, and complacency is not an option.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Here's Minnesota. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Randall with the bucket.
It's not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Sensabaugh. Left side, Clarkson. Outside, George takes a three. It's good from long range.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Minnesota leading by 7. DiVincenzo passes to Clark. Randall surveying the D. Passes it to DiVincenzo. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
One-on-one here. And there's the bucket. Steve with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Randall's got his second bucket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. A 12-point game.
Utah foul. Sensabaugh. First personal foul. Third team foul.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. To the paint, here's Alexander Walker. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Oh, slick move by Clarkson, getting around that inside contact to finish the shot.
Timberwolves leading by 12. Here's DiVincenzo. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Pass to Sensabaugh. 1 second left. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We've got more in store for you right after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Something else they've been doing really well is shredding that defense by getting all the way to the rack. They've been absolutely fearless in attacking the paint.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. Preparing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's George in at the 1 spot.
You know, beautiful move there by Sexton. Read the defender and has the body control to adjust.
And it's sent back by Kessler. DiVincenzo against George.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
And what I love about Markkanen, he takes care of the basketball. And that's a result of being patient, playing smart, and just generally getting his points within the flow of the offense.
Edwards kicks to DiVincenzo. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
George dishes to Collins. Randall with some nice D.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's McDaniels. Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. McDaniels got his second basket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And George kicks to Collins. And a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves leading by 15. DiVincenzo with it. Last time, 14 points for him. He dishes it to Randall. Edwards against Sexton. Shot clock at 6. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. Randall from outside. Kessler with the rebound. Jazz trail by 15. Collins dishes to George for the 3. Another miss by Utah. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3 pointers here in the second quarter so far. McDaniels, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Guys like McDaniels who can guard just about any position on the floor, extremely valuable these days.
The first one falls. Look, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. The first free throw is good.
And the aggressiveness Sexton plays with it's infectious. He motivates his teammates to play just as hard.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Here's Collier. And McDaniels with the block.
McDaniels is perhaps the best wing defender in the league, guys, showing us why right there.
The pass to Conley. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. Another miss by Minnesota.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
On the wing, Markkanen. Here's Kessler. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert knows his strengths on offense and plays to them well.
Utah calls timeout. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Minnesota making some changes. Reed comes in for McDaniels. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Edwards. Here's Collier, covered by Conley, and the shot goes in.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now, Alexander Walker. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Steps back and fires. Filipowski grabs the board.
Boy, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Pass to Conley. Lets it go with a three. A rebound by the Timberwolves. 17 points was their biggest margin. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
They get the rebound. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Sinks the triple. Conley's got 5.
Nice to see Conley receive the dime for once. He's normally the one dropping down.
And Williams, here we go. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Minnesota leading by 17. Dillingham with it, and it's Clarkson picking him up. Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, he's one of the last quintessential pure point guards. Mike Conley, steady as they come, looks for others first. He wants to make passes before he scores. He's a guy you love to have as a teammate.
Clark, he's checked in for Dillingham. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Clarkson kicks to Williams. With the floater, that one goes. Count it. Collier's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And you can bet they weren't expecting that kind of a flashy move out of him, but that spin worked to perfection.
Timberwolves leading by 17. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Driving the lane. Shots good by Alexander Walker.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Outside Williams. Knocks it loose to the left side wing. From deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Timberwolves lead by 16. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
23.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They're leading by 16. Kenny, how'd you see it?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass, and they made good on it. Blocking out, competing hard in traffic, that's the way you should play on both ends of the court.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
They've been struggling to get shots in general, but down low, they've been paper soft. Hate to say it. Giving up way too many easy looks. They can't protect the rim more effectively in the second half. It's going to be a long ride home.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Nice game. Great performance by Donte DiVincenzo.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the point guard position. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Now here's Gobert. Now the dish to McDaniels, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. We'll take a look at the Timberwolves. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Jazz, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And seeing where Utah is, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon.
Now here is Conley after the miss from John Collins. Edwards, no good.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Here's Sexton. Buries it down low. Sexton's got 5 points so far.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Back to Edwards. Extra right there from Edwards.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the rafters.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Kicks to Collins. There's the triple. Mike Conley grabs the miss.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Randall down low. He's guarded by Collins.
And that shows you a bit of Collins' all-around game and why he's so valuable at both ends of the floor.
Tremendous hustle, working hard for that bucket.
Here's Collier. He's got 9.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
A fantastic decision making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Donte DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Minnesota. Dillingham comes in for Michael Conley. And a switcher also for Utah. George is checked in for Collier. Special K, we know the trade for Rudy Gobert took some time to click, but now it's looking like a great move.
Well, you know, figuring out how to play two bigs in this day and age with the way the game is played, pretty tricky, a slippery slope. And they stayed with it, to their credit, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And once they got it sorted out, Gobert was a force with his defense and his scoring out of the pick and roll. And I think one of the thing's undervalued in Gobert's improvement is the addition of Mike Conley. They've got a tremendous relationship, and I think Mike Conley's presence has been a real asset for Gobert as well.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. We thank you for your report. And so Markkanen will bring it up for the Utah Jazz, trailing by 17. And that one's good, George.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all three levels.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. To the inside. And Dillingham with the basket on the assist from Edwards. And the Timberwolves lead by 17. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. George passes to Sexton. Nice ball movement by Utah. From past the arc. Minnesota with the rebound. McDaniel's got 5 rebounds tonight. He kicks it to Randall. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Things are on point for McDaniels offensively, and his team doing a good job supporting his work.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over.
Boy, somebody needs to get these guys fired up so they attack the glass. They're not putting up much of a fight, and it's led to way too many second chance shots.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for McDaniel. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Edwards. George, good work there as it goes. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Here's Alexander Walker. Rebound, Utah.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
George looking around. Outside Williams. Fires the three. He can't get it to go. Minnesota leading by 17. DiVincenzo finds Alexander Walker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right.
Clark, he's checked in for Minnesota. Minnesota on D. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And now to our rookie leader for a look at this month's steal leaders among the young guys. And you look at Collier. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
Well, he's a premier pickpocket last month among rookies. You can't afford to get lazy around him because he'll leave you empty-handed for sure.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Clarkson. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Jazz trail by 12. George finds Clarkson. Williams looking over the floor. Now, here's Clarkson. Defense right on him. No good with the layup. Here's Clark into the lane. Count that bucket. Clark's got his first bucket in this one.
All distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Pass to Sensabaugh. From deep, George. And he's good on the three ball. George has got 7 points for the quarter. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. They'll get you back to the action after this break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. They lead by 11. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. The guard pair, it's George and Sexton. And it's Kessler in at the 5 down low. So it's the Jazz now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. George dishes to Sexton. Now, here is George. Oh, good with the triple. George against Conley. Over George. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And he gets the bucket.
And let the big man eat. It's clear that Collins loves getting these kinds of scoring opportunities.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Inside, here's Reed. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Sexton against Edwards. The shot by Sexton, no good. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A nice shot by McDaniel. And that's 15 points for Jaden McDaniel.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Time called here. The Jazz decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Collier, he's checked in for the Jazz. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, now during that break, Will Hardy with some good words for his team, and it was an intense huddle. Coach challenged his team. He told them the effort's not there. It has to get better. We'll see if those words work, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Jazz trail by 13. Dishes it to Markkanen. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision, solid at finding open teammates.
Here's Edwards. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working, and that's what I say. Keep the pressure on them. And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Timberwolves leading by 11. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Outside Collins. Outside, Markkanen. Pocket 6. Edwards against Sexton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Exactly, because they've made enough plays to keep it close. And as a result, they're still in it.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Edwards gets to Conley. Banked in off the glass.
Conley, so crafty with that left hand of his. The veteran knows his way around the hoop.
Outside, Sexton to the inside. It's stolen by Gobert. Now here's Conley. D right on him. The layup off target. Collins against Reed. Shot by Collins, no good. Timberwolves leading by 13. Conley gets the bucket.
Nice hustle from Conley that time. When the break is available, he really gets after it.
Utah's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by McDaniels. Ball's knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniels. The Timberwolves making a switch. Randall's checked in. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Gobert with the block.
This is what Gobert is known for. His ability to swat shots away with ease.
And the rejection by Collins. Gobert against Kessler. Collins looking around. Back to Kessler. Nice ball movement by Utah. 5 to shoot. Sexton the pass to Kessler. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats. And, you know, so often the size of Markkanen overpowers the defense. Even when he gets hit, he still finishes over and through them.
There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Randall passes to McDaniels. Poke loose. Passes it to DiVincenzo. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Clarkson for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Randall with the bucket.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. Clarkson for 3. That one misses. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Mike. The game is flowing for you. What is it like to be on a win streak like this?
Well, the game's just back to being easy again. You know, just making the right plays, playing off of the teammates, and guys are just really being unselfish. And it's easy for me to play in that style, and it's fun to be around.
You sure look like you're having fun, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.